I'm going live. Hey everybody, come on in. Let me make sure I got my camera up here so I can see all my chat. See my chat. Gotta see my chat. Okay. Hey Jewel. Excuse me. Did I say that right? Jewel King? Jewel? How you doing this evening? Come on in. Please click the like button on your way in. Subscribe if you're not already a subscriber. And please share the video to whatever your social media platform is that you use. Okay, cool. I don't know if I've seen you on my lives before. Are you new to this channel? Or are you just coming across the channel? Or But either way, welcome to my live. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to the Primetime Squad. And come on in. Click the like button, share, and subscribe, please, and thank you. And hit me up in the chat. Those of you who watching, check in. Let me know where you checking in from. Oh, well, thank you, Jewel. This your first time being here. I appreciate that. Welcome to the Primetime Squad. I appreciate that. Come on in. Kick back. Grab you something to drink on. I have my little red cup right here. I always say, you never know what's in this little red cup. It could be anything from water to yak. New York? Okay, New York. Shoot, I plan on visiting there soon. I've never been to New York, but I plan on visiting there soon. That's one place I want to get to. That's my bucket list travel spot. That's on my bucket list for traveling. So when's the best time to travel to New York? Any particular season or around any time of the year when there's particular events going on? I know I definitely don't want to travel there in the wintertime because it gets cold here in the Midwest, but I know it gets cold in New York too, because y'all right up there by the water, and y'all be having some snowstorms like for real. But anyway, y'all see the title of this live. I shall not be moved. Why? Because the devil is a liar. Just a little something that I was always taught when I was growing up. No matter what the circumstances may be, no matter what the outcome may look like, how bleak it may look, no matter what comes your way, how hard it comes, because the devil is a liar, I shall not be moved. I shall not be moved. This week has been crazy. But regardless of what I've been going through, every time I turn around and talk to somebody, it's like, oh my God, their situation is a lot worse. You know? And I was talking to my son earlier because a few things that's been going on this week with us is Sunday. Was it Sunday? Yeah, Sunday. Sunday, my sons was on their way home and their car stopped. And we didn't know what was wrong with it. And of course my son, he's a guy, but he don't know a whole lot about cars. So anywho, his car had broke down, and I'm thinking, well, you know what? We'll put it in the shop, figure out what it is, what's going on, what's wrong. And at first we were thinking like transmission, because he was saying, it won't go forward, but it'll go backwards. So automatically, thinking, it gotta be the transmission. But anywho, we have it towed to a shop. Of course, it's Sunday, so they really can't check it out. And then, like Monday, I work all day because I mainly work from home. So I work all day. Follow me know I'm a professional personal cake decorator. And so I'm about to go, shopping for what I need. I go outside and my car, it starts. But as soon as I put it in drive, it won't move. I'm like, okay, what the heck? And I don't know anything about cars. Nothing at all. I know how to put gas in it, make sure oil is in it, make sure my fluids is in there. I wash it, I clean it, I spray the tires so they shine, and that's about it. But I'm like, dang, what a coincidence that my car is doing like the same exact thing that my son's was doing. And 1 second, y'all, because I'm cooking too. So let me put some food in the stove real quick. But I'm gonna talk to y'all while I'm doing this. But my car is doing the same thing as his, and I just thought that was crazy. Like, that is so weird. Our cars both break down within 1 day of each other, and it seemed like they having the same exact issues. Okay, let me wash my hands because I just touched some food, and then I'll be back at the computer. Okay, I'm just cooking some dinner for tomorrow. Sometimes I cook my dinner like the day before, the night before, you know. But anywho, I'm cooking my dinner for tomorrow. And so anyway, back to the cars. You said summertime, June, July? Okay, cool. That's good to know. That's good to know. I might plan to try to go there this year. I know next year. This year we're going to the Bahamas. So next year I'm going to try to hit up New York. We always try to go somewhere really cool every year. You know, take a family trip. It's like 8 or 10 of us. We all go together and we pick a spot and vote on it per se. Vote per se. But and then that's where we go, and we start planning and saving to go on our trips. But anywho, so my car breaks down and it's like the same issue. So I put it in drive, I put it back in park, and I'm just sitting there because I'm like, God, please don't tell me my car broke down too. Please don't tell me we down to one car and the very next day my car won't work. So I put the car in park. I'm just sitting there. So drive, then 1, 2, 3, 2, 1. Actually, it's some chops. I'm frying some chops. But yeah, I love me some fried chicken and some fried chops. But so he said, and it has to go past reverse to get to park. I could feel the car move back. But when I put it in driver 3, it wouldn't go forward. It wouldn't do nothing. So then he said, try to do it in 2. So I put the car in 2, and it pulls off. And I'm like, he said, it's your transmission. I'm like, are you kidding me? Now, my son's car is probably, I'm thinking, well, his is doing the same thing because it won't go forward, but it goes backwards. And as a matter of fact, he had to leave his car where it was, and he had to back it all the way up into a gas station that was nearby. And then my dad, that day, on Sunday, had went to rescue him and try to see what was wrong with his car. And he helped him and his friends and my other son, you know, push it after they backed it up, you know, and then try to push it, you know, up into the gas station parking lot. But, and then Monday, my car tripping. So, I'm like, I cannot believe this. We down to no cars. This is crazy. So, I'm like, okay, Monday after I get off of work, I call one of my relatives. And I'm like, I really need to go to the store because I got a cake order. And they was like, okay, cool. We be there. No problem. So, they come and pick me up. And they happen to need to go to the grocery store, too. So, we just up there shopping and whatnot. And then, come back home, put the groceries away. Tuesday, I have to work again because, again, I mainly work from home. I process disability claims at home. That's like my main, you know, coins. My main coinage is processing disability claims. And so I work all day, and then I'm supposed to go to my part-time gig, which is at the nursing home. And I'm like, the car's still not working. Okay, one thing about it, I'm a firm believer of when you do good to others, good comes back to you. No matter what you're going through, if you do good to others, good will come back to you. From the minute my son's car broke down, and then my car broke down, it's been people, I don't know how many people I had come over my house, like 5 people come over, try to fix my car, try to see what was wrong with my car, you know, offering to take me anywhere I need to go, without me even asking. Actually yesterday was Tuesday. So after my main gig, I, got dressed for the part-timer, and because I had spoke to a few people who told me it'll be okay if I drive the car, to the shop instead of paying it to get towed, like we just paid to get my son's car towed the other day. Just drive it in 2. Just be careful, because you're really not supposed to drive your car in 2. So I drove it to the mechanic shop, which is right by my part-time gig. So I drove it there, and the mechanic jumped in the car, and I drove it there, picked him up, my mechanic, and drove to my job, which was right down the street, and then he got in the car and took it back. And then later that evening, another friend, who had told me, if you need anything, need any rides, let me know. So I called her, I'm like, dude, can you come pick the girl up from work? And she was like, okay, sure. Now, mind you, my son he works too. So Sunday, he had, the car broke down in the evening, so he had already worked Sunday. Monday came around, and he had to work, so his supervisor offered to come pick him up. And then Monday evening, somebody else, brought him home. And then Tuesday, his best friend came and picked him up and took him to work. And then his supervisor brought him home. So we've been good, as far as like, I'm always trying to look at the brighter side of things. And there's some people who cars break down and they run across situations like that, and they can't get to work. They don't, and it's like, gotta call Ubers and taxis and all that kind of stuff. I've been offering to give people money to take us where we need to go, which hasn't really been anywhere so far, but, a couple of places. And nobody wants any money, and I'm like, nope, trying to throw it at them. Nope, take it. No, it's okay. It's okay. I'm like, okay, all right, and that's what I'm getting at. You said so true, to be good to people, and God bless you with good people who be, yes, amen. And it is a blessing, like I was saying earlier, to treat people how you want to be treated, and be good to people, and good things will come back to you. It's called karma. And another thing, I could be sitting here stressed out like crazy, complaining like crazy. I haven't since Sunday. Besides the fact, oh my God, how the heck both of our cars break down? We got 2 cars just in case one breaks down. But other than that, it's like, okay, put the cars in the shop. And God will make a way for them to get taken care of. And if they can't be taken care of, I will take them boys to the pound, and I will sell them and get some coins and get a new car. I mean, sometimes you just can't stress over things that you can't control. You know what I mean? It's all about having faith and believing that things will work out. I mean, point blank. So I haven't really been stressed about it. Tomorrow, I'm going to get up. I'm going to work from home, process my little claims, make sure people get their coins. Make sure people get their coins on time. And then, get to my part-time job. I don't know who's going to take me tomorrow, but I know I'll get there. As a matter of fact, my supervisor offered to pick me up Tuesday and bring me to work. And, well, actually, you know what? It wasn't even my supervisor. It was somebody in our human resource department at my part-time job. And they offered, to come pick me up. But you know, somebody else ended up doing it. But anyway, sometimes when you think your situation is at its worst, it can always be worse as well. Like, for instance, let me flip my little meat. Hold on, y'all. See if it's ready to be flipped. But for instance, my supervisor at my main job, okay. Another thing. Okay, here's another situation. When I say a lot of things been going on the last few days, I'm serious. And karma, and right, Jewel, karma is real. It's not a joke. You do good things in life, good things will happen to you. I'm a firm believer of that. The other day, I've been having issues with my work computer. I have like a laptop for work and a couple of monitors, you know. Basically, my workstation that I use at work is at home. So everything I would need at work is at home. And I've been having issues with that. And didn't know how I was going to get another laptop because I need to get another laptop. And they were going to build me one. You know, the IT department was building me a new one. And I'm like, okay, how am I going to get the laptop? So it happens, my supervisor had hit somebody up at work. It was like, go to Tanya's house, get her computer, you know, help her set it up, get the old one, put the new one. You know, it's like, okay, I'm good again. Got me my new little laptop for work, you know, brand new, spanking new, and all is well. I'm back up and running, up and working again. And while I was talking to my supervisor, when I say things could always be worse, my supervisor, he had emailed everybody this morning and said his car had to go to the repair shop. Not because of transmission or, you know, anything like that. He was on the interstate the other day doing about 70 miles an hour and his brakes went out. On the interstate. Now, mind you, we just had a snowstorm like a day before that, or 2 days before that. We had a snowstorm. It was bad. The streets was bad. And his brakes went out on the interstate at 70 miles an hour. It just so happens God was with him on this side, on this side, on that side, and definitely in front of him. You know, surrounding him. And he was able, with no other cars or nothing been around him, to cruise it, pull it over safely, and call for someone to come get him. Things could always be worse. My car broke down, but it broke down in front of the house. My son's car broke down, but it broke down in a safe place as well. But we don't have 2 cars right now. 2 cars are in the shop right now. My mechanic just called me and told me my son's car will be done tomorrow. And his situation was actually a fuel pump. So that's what was wrong with his. I thought it was something a little more serious, like a transmission, because, you know, that's just what people was telling me. And they also telling me my situation is transmission as well. So I don't know what's wrong with mine yet. He's going to get to mine after he fixed my son's. But in the meantime, you know, you have to always remember it can always be worse. And don't be moved. Just like the message in my video, I shall not be moved. Why? Because the devil is a liar. Point blank. Point blank. When things come your way and it seems like you can't face them or you don't know how you're going to get through them, you have to believe that it will work out okay. And not be real negative about it, because I just, you know, I'm in my 40s now. So I done been through some things. I done been through some things, but I was raised in church. And I was raised to have faith. Even when, okay, y'all know what it says about a mustard seed faith? in the Bible. You know how small a mustard seed is? Like, so small, so tiny, a mustard seed. As long as you have at least enough faith the size of a mustard seed, that's all you need. That's all you need. My supervisor was on the interstate and his brakes went out. 70 miles an hour. Wasn't nobody here, nobody there, nobody there. And we had just had a snowstorm 2 days ago. His situation could have been a lot worse. He could have not be here right now. Or laid up in a hospital somewhere. And then, it just so happens, one of the people that came to my house to help me check my car out, just try to, rumble around the car, how people are. They just want to, be kind and check your car for you. And I'm just sitting there watching, and we're just conversing, just talking to each other about situations and things. And they tell me they've been going through stuff too. Now, mind you, I didn't even ask them to come over. People just been volunteering. Hey, where you at? I'll come check your car out for you. They come over and they like, they've been going through stuff too. They don't know how they gonna pay their utility bills. One of their bills is over $700, and that's the heat bill. Now, I don't know if y'all follow the news, but in the Midwest, it has been bitter cold here. Bitter cold. Snowstorms. We got a snowstorm coming this weekend. In a few days. Again, we've been having storms like every week. And it's been really, really cold. Negative 30 wind chills. Negative 40 wind chill. And they don't know how they're going to pay their heat. Their light bill is high. They don't have a job right now. That's the thing. They've been looking for work because they got laid off. So, they doing, it could always be worse. It could always, no matter how bad it looks, that it will work out fine. That's all you can do. You don't sit around being miserable, cussing and complaining and being negative and having a bad attitude, and then you know what happens next? You end up taking it out on somebody else, somebody who has nothing to do with your situation. Somebody who has nothing to do with your situation, you end up trying to take it out on them as well. It's like, I'm going to put my car in the shop. I'm going to find out what's wrong with my car. The mechanic, he hit me up today because he had already thought it was the fuel pump for my other son's car. So he checked it out and he hit me up. And he said, yep, I was right. It's the fuel pump. I was like, okay, cool. How much is it? For everything that they did, tow and everything, because they had to tow it too, is $450. He said, do you want me to fix it? Oh, yeah, I want it fixed. But you go, what? I'm not going to leave it sitting there. I'm not going to have you tow it back to the house. Of course I want it fixed. He's like, okay. He said it should be done tomorrow. I said, well, my son gets paid Friday. He said, that's cool. It's still going to be done tomorrow. I'm like, that's cool. He gets paid, we'll pick it up. You know, it is what it is. You just have to, if something happens, you just have to face it. You just have to believe that it's okay. That it's going to be okay. And faith the size of a mustard seed. That's all. That's all you need. Now, as far as my car, I don't know if it's the transmission. The mechanic and other people think it's the transmission. I don't know. If it is, I'll face it then. You know what I mean? I'll face it then. And some people, when they, okay, I hear people complaining all the time. I see it on Facebook. Let me flip my meat. I see it on Facebook. I see it on YouTube. And I see it in real life, of course. Complain, 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 complain. I'll be like, where's your faith? Oh, ye of little faith. Ain't that what Jesus said? Oh, ye of little faith. Hold on, let me wash my hands. Turn this fire down some. But yeah, I hear people complain all the time. Oh, blah, 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 blah. I see it all the time on social media. They want people to have, you know, sympathy for them, and they want people to get a huge reaction, and that's not me. I might sit here and tell you things that's going on. Not too personal, because I know how that goes, especially on YouTube. People like to take your information and run with it and do videos and all that kind of stuff. Because there's a lot of people out here on this YouTube that's haters. But not too personal. But besides doing reviews on movies and TV shows and things like that, sometimes I just have actual real life discussions with, you know, my subscribers. And that's not me, just to come on social media, oh, I'm crying, you know, going through all this kind of stuff. There's some things that I believe that the way you react about certain situations might can help somebody else in a certain situation. You know, by believing, having faith, and talking about faith, and talking about, you know, things can happen at any time. We all can go through stuff. I done lost loved ones. I done, you know, from my mom and other people, grandparents, other family members, friends, you know, just like the next person. And sometimes it just seems like everything is coming at you at once. But you have to be strong. You have to be strong, and you will get through it. Even when it seems like it can't be done, you will get through it no matter what the situation is. Losing a loved one, losing a job, losing a car, losing, you know, you have to have faith, and you have to be strong and believe that everything will work out fine. Otherwise, the next thing you're going to lose is your mind. The next thing you're going to lose is your mind. And there's a lot of people out here losing their mind because they don't know how to handle the struggle. But I don't know how y'all was raised, but I was raised in a very impoverished household. Like, we had very little means. Like, very little means. It was times where we was eating the same thing every day. Beans and cornbread. Beans and, hot dogs, ramen noodles, lunch meat sandwiches, butter sandwiches, syrup sandwiches. I know others have too. It wasn't just my household. I know others have too. People know the struggle. And know how it is living on the system as a child, and your parents got to get help from the system, from the welfare, the WIC, we got food stamps back then. Not the EBT that they use now, or the SNAP, or whatever they call that thing. But, I know the struggle. And growing up, we was never homeless. We never starved. We never went without medical attention. Never lived on the street. Never lived in a shelter. No shade to people who have been. That's not what I'm about. I'm just saying, giving my testimony. And I struggled as a young parent when I first had my first kid. And so I know the struggle. And like I said, I done been through some things. So when things happen now in my life, it's like, okay, the car broke down. Okay, my car broke down the next day. Okay. It's like, when you can't fix it, it's like whatever happens. What's meant to be will be. What's meant to be will be. And that's the reason why, again, I named this live, or this video, I shall not be moved. When things come your way, and you can't do anything but sit there and let it happen, and pray, and have faith, don't be moved. Don't be moved. Try not to stress. Try not to be bothered, because if you can't fix it, why worry yourself out and pull your hair out, or have your hair fall out, or have a heart attack because your blood pressure done went up, because you done stroked out, because you just constantly worrying about things? Whatever's going to happen is going to happen. And that's the whole meaning of this video. Things could always be worse. Treat others how you want to be treated, because karma is real. Karma is real. And I could be sitting over here losing my, other job, or my main job. I work from home. But I could be over here losing my other job because I literally, on certain days of the week, I go from one job to the next. So I can't call no Uber. I can't call no taxi. I can't catch no bus, because I literally I get off one job. This is just a few days a week. I work at a part-time job. And literally within like 20, 30 minutes, I have to be at the other job. You know what I'm saying? So I could be like losing that job, getting rolled up, because I'm either late or just not coming in. But I done have people, cousins, family members, pops, co-workers, people in human resources. Oh, I'll come get you. No problem. It's like, and I don't have to ask. I don't have to ask. When you do good for others, good things will come back to you. And I don't know how many of y'all was raised in church, or if y'all remember like some old hymns, but there's this old song that we used to sing. Let me flip my little beat over. I'm going to cook these chops, and I'm going to wrap them up, and I'm going to put them in the fridge. Make some sides for them for the boys tomorrow. When they get off of work and get out of school, their dinner be ready. But there's this song, and it happens to be the title of my life. I shall not be moved. So if y'all happen to know that song, why don't y'all sing a little bit with me? It goes a little something like this. I shall not be moved. I shall not be moved, just like a tree planted by the waters. I shall not be moved. One more time. I shall not be moved. I shall not be moved, just like a tree planted by the waters. I shall not be moved. One more time. I shall not be moved. I shall not be moved, just like a tree planted by the waters. I shall not be moved. And that, my friends, is my testimony. My testimony. So on that note, I'm going to finish up this food, finish up my dinner for my children tomorrow. And I want you guys all to have a blessed night. And thanks for tuning in. Thanks for joining the Primetime Squad this evening. And as usual, in the meantime and in between time, Primetime Squad, stay safe, be blessed, and I'm out. Deuces.